We're talking about the Quickfill and gauge that I sell for BSA and Air Arms S200 rifles. When you order one, it'll arrive something like this. It'll have a label on it explaining what I'm going to cover in this video. Inside, you will have the Quickfill and gauge, and you will have 3 O-rings and a little plastic sleeve. And basically, that's the Quickfill and gauge unit, and that basically turns. It's a rotating dust cover to keep the dust out of your fill port. If you have an Air Arms S200 or CZ200, T200T, you'll fit the largest of the 3 O-rings into the O-ring groove at the front of the threaded section. If you have a BSA or Gamma Dynamax, you would fit the O-ring, the medium-sized O-ring, on the back. Don't fit both. It's one or the other. Don't fit both because you'll cause problems for yourself. The other O-ring in the kit is a replacement or a spare for the Quickfill, the actual valve. The reason I include that is, of all the O-rings on this unit, that is probably the one that's going to fail first, because when you fill, especially if you fill quickly, it can cause the O-ring to heat up, and heat degrades O-rings, so it's always best to fill slowly when you fill. And so I include a spare. And then this little plastic sleeve is, you don't have to use it, but I include it because if you use the long BSA fill probe, you'll notice that you can push it in and it fits fine, that's no problem. But if you imagine me pushing that in until it stops about there, and basically the air comes into the probe between these 2 O-rings through that little hole, and when it's pushed in, the O-rings are past the hole. The hole is in the center of this unit, through the center of the little the valve there. So basically what happens is the needle on your air cylinder will go up quickly, and you think you're filling, but you're not actually filling. All you've done is pressurize between the 2 O-rings, and nothing's actually happening. Nothing's going into your rifle. So the way around this is, obviously you can retract the probe a bit so that the O-rings are either side of the middle, which means you've got about 10 millimeters of probe sticking out. Or you can just slip this little plastic guide on. The O-rings will normally keep that on, and that basically, when you push it in, puts the probe in about the right place, so that you can fill. See there? If you have an HW100 probe, which also works with these, you'll notice the O-rings are further apart, so you don't have this problem. So when you push it in, it stops there, and you've got an O-ring either side of the center, and it fills without any problems. So there we go. That explains the little plastic sleeve. Like I said, you don't have to use it, but it's just helpful for people who don't want to do it by trial and error.